Here is NZXT's Razor Edition H440 mid-tower case, and it comes with a tinted factory polycarbonate casted window. And people who own this case have asked us if we would make a clear replacement version because they simply didn't want their window to be tinted. So what I'm going to do is show you the steps in swapping out the factory window to the CNC machined window from MNPC Tech. Now what I'm going to do is share how you remove the factory window and what makes this window unique and why MNPC Tech is making replacement windows for this. There's actually been a need, and it's interesting. First off, I'm just going to show you how to remove this window, and you only need one tool, a needle nose pliers. That's it. The window is simply held in by tabs along the border of the opening. You just take your needle nose, grab hold, and lightly bend so the tab is upright. There are slots that these tabs go into. How many tabs are there? Well, I've never counted how many tabs there are. I'll have to do that. What's unique too is that the tabs are offset. Like this one is here and then this one's down here. So it's almost as if it's keyed in to go in a certain way, which is interesting. I never noticed that before. Pretty easy to do, just take your time. I wouldn't use a screwdriver just because it might slip and scratch something. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 tabs altogether, and little bits of the factory paint chipped. Come on, NZXT, let's get some better paint quality going on here. Come on! I don't want to see chipping paint anymore from you guys. I've seen it before. I've told them about it. Anyways, let me not get into that rant. So, once you get the tabs bent up, and there we go. Now, here's the thing, and this is why MNPC Tech is making replacement windows. Not only NZXT, but there's the other popular case companies are doing this as well. They're casting these factory case windows from polycarbonate. And what's unique is they have a channel. See that? That's channel in there. Because the panel, when it's stamped from the factory, has a lip that goes all the way around that the window rests upon this channel to hold it in place. Now, it's pretty ingenious on their part. However, there's been some DIYers that thought they could just, if they didn't like the window, they wanted to swap it to like a color that match their scheme of sleeving or whatever. They couldn't simply just grab a piece of acrylic and flush mount it on the back of this panel because it has this lip right here. That lip. So it makes it a bit more work intensive for some people. Hey, some people that are modders like me, not a big deal. Grind it down if they want. But there's a lot of people that don't want to take the time to do that. And we know because they've come to us asking us to make a replacement window, especially for the H440, which is a very popular case. Now, the other companies that are doing this are Corsair, Fantex, Fractal Design, and I think I've seen one case from Antec. I don't recall which model it was, but it was over a year ago. Yeah, so that's why we're making replacement windows. Now here's the thing. This isn't something that you can just laser cut. You can't channel material with a laser cutter. You have to use a CNC mill. And that's what we do. We recreate that channel. Even better, instead of using polycarbonate, which is cheap, scratches easy, cracks easy, we're using cast acrylic, 100% cast acrylic. and it starts at 3/16 inch thick. So when you get the window, it's going to have paper backing on it to prevent any kind of scratches happening in transit or when we handle it here in the warehouse. When we mill acrylic, we leave the paper backing on. We don't put the paper backing on, that comes from the factory. So how is everybody's 2015 going so far? We're now into February, and March is right around the corner. There's been some crazy developments in this market. Businesses closing in particular. What does that mean? Well, I don't know, post your comments. Do you think it's because all-in-one coolers are kind of killing the market for do-it-yourself liquid cooling? They've taken a bite out of sales from the DIY area, or what? Or maybe it's other reasons. How has MMPC Tech survived for 14 years? I can tell you why, is because we make stuff like this that nobody else does. You have to adapt to changes and trends in the market. And I think because I love this hobby so much and I love doing it, that it's helped me survive, you know, when the times have been bad. And you know, you gotta adapt, and also you gotta diversify. You can't just focus on one thing. You know, that's one thing I learned about running an online business. So if you focus on one thing, then you're eventually going to have competitors, and then it becomes a pricing war, you know. Because if you're buying the same stuff from the same supplier and manufacturer, you're just competing by advertising with one another or marketing. Where my feelings are, when you make your own stuff that nobody else has, it allows you to survive in a niche hobby market. We make a lot of stuff in-house at MMPC Tech. There's easily over 100 different products that we've made over 14 years. And trends change. You know, at one point, people wanted really crazy, over-the-top single fan grills. Now that market's changing. They want, you know, they want to focus their money on maybe nicer compression fittings for a loop, or you know, water blocks or whatever. So here is a look at the CNC replacement window. It's thick. It's rigid, it's nice and clear, 100% cast acrylic, the best. And this is from, who was the manufacturer we're getting this from again? Acrylite. Acrylite. So once you got the paper backing off, it's only going to go on one way, because like I said earlier, it's keyed in how these tabs are set. Tab it slightly off here. Just use your needle nose to realign if you have to. And just bend the tabs back in place. Alright, then I'll just bend all the tabs back again to hold the window in place. There we go. So now, there we go. So now you've got a nice clear window in your Razor Edition H440 so you can see all of your eye candy hardware system goodness, right?